Anyways, today for you guys, I got a special little treat. I heard on it was my comic book video. Somebody said they wanted a little rant to your ranking of all the Marvel movies, and I love Marvel movies. I love movies in general. I'm a big movie guy. It's apparent from some of my other ASMRs, but I'm a huge Marvel fan. I love superheroes. I love DC too, but it doesn't have as wide of a variety. So I thought I'd do just a little tier ranking of the Marvel movies. So this is MCU, all the MCU films, all the MCU shows, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films, the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man films, and then the Sonyverse films. So that's Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and Morbius. It also has specials such as I Am Groot. I guess that was one of the miniseries. It's got The Werewolf by Night, which was the short film. Marvel Legends, which was this little thing that they did. Just going into a little bit of detail with some stuff. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special over here. Anyways, let's get jumping right into it. So we've got 5 layers of tier ranking here. I like to do customs. I don't like that SAP. I don't like that. I like having fun with my tiers, as was apparent with my ranking Halloween candy video. So up to here, number 1 tier is marvelous. Okay, number 2 is low-key amazing. It's the play on words, low-key. Low-key, as in L-O-W, and then K-E-Y, low-key. In case you didn't get that, average Avenger, so that's the middle tier. Unworthy of Mjolnir, still a good film, but not like amazing, not worth me wanting to go home and spend money on going to see it again. You know, it's not worth it. And Hulking, disappointment. It was a huge disappointment, and yeah, that's enough said. So let's get into it. I'm not going to be going down the list because all these are out of order, and I like just picking randomly here. I would have done it out of order if it started with like Iron Man and the gun on, but maybe we'll just spread around a little bit. So let's start with Iron Man, the man who started it all with the MCU. Iron Man, amazing, amazing film. It started the MCU. MCU didn't have a lot of hope in it because Marvel wasn't as big as DC back then. DC had so many successful films. It had the Superman series, the Batman series, the Dark Knight trilogy was getting going. It was doing big. Lots of other things with DC too. I guess they had like the minor thing with the Flash, but Marvel was down there in the dumps. They had a lot of successful projects, and they put all this faith into Iron Man, and let me tell you, it paid off. This was right after X-Men was finally picking up some speed and appreciation. So Iron Man, the guy that started it all, is it marvelous? I think it's marvelous. It started one of the greatest movie sagas of all time, and yeah, we have that the creators of Iron Man to thank for that. Robert Downey Jr. was the perfect Iron Man, and I love it. Let's go over. Let's do the first film in all of our favorites. And by favorites, I just mean the main 5 from the first Avengers movie. Next up, Captain America: First Avenger. Here's the thing. With Captain America: The First Avenger, it is definitely not the best film in the trilogy. It's a good film, but the Captain America trilogy by itself is one of the best trilogies within the Marvel saga. Marvel Captain America. Anyways, reading the comics, because I love the comics, Captain America is not my favorite. He's almost too boyish, almost too, hey, look at me. Everything that I don't, it's Superman isn't very, like in the DC comics, Superman isn't very, what's the word I'm looking for? He's not very self-centered, but sometimes you get that glimpse of like, hey, I'm Superman, and I feel you get a lot of that with Captain America, but his film depiction with Chris Evans is, just makes me love Captain America, and he was being like one Harbour. I was wanting to see what he did with that. He seemed really cool in the trailers. I was super excited for Taskmaster. I love Taskmaster. I wanted to see this non-superpowered gang. I know David Harbour plays Red Guardian who has superpowers, but just the whole aspect of Black Widow with the no powers thing. I was thinking that they would do something interesting with that. Instead, it's this whole thing of like, oh, we have mind control stuff, and I didn't like that. Red Guardian, I feel, was just too like, look at him, man. I feel they could have done more of that. He's been imprisoned for years wrongfully. He shouldn't have that. Look at me, I'm like, oh. He shouldn't have that aspect of he needs to be warned. And I feel that could have made an amazing story, like plotline within the story. And they took that away from David Harbour, who's a great actor. And yeah, he's just like, oh, does Captain America talk about me? He's this Russian soldier, and I feel the Taskmaster was like the biggest disappointment ever. I hated that storyline. I hate how they changed the characters so much. They made the mistake that they made with Deadpool in X-Men Origins Wolverine. Because with that, they like sewed his mouth shut. He's a very whippy and comical character in the comics, and Taskmaster is also very whippy. He talks a lot. He taunts them, and the character in the movie can't talk, and that makes me mad. Yeah. Okay. Thor, where are you? Thor's up there with average. Oh my gosh. Thor's up there with Captain America. It's a good movie. I enjoy it. It set up a great, story within Marvel, because Loki was one of the first memorable villains within Marvel, and it set that up. But once you watch it, not a lot happens. I feel it just sets up stuff for the future in the trilogy. I guess they made the fourth film, but later with Thor, it just does setting up. That's the whole purpose of the first Thor film. And I feel out of all of the actors, it was not their, they did good in the film, but it wasn't their best out of all their performances. Yeah, I love it. I like it still. I love it. But it's not as good as other Marvel films, and we'll be getting into those later. And there's still TV shows and stuff on here. So that's when we're going to get into Hawkeye. There's 6. I keep saying 5. Why did I say 5? That makes me sound like an idiot. There's 6 original Avengers. I knew that because it's the 6 original Infinity. Not original, there's only 6 Infinity Stones, Kevin. There's 6 Infinity Stones. 6 Avengers. It was this whole cool thing. But Hawkeye, this show, I had some disappointments with the Disney Plus shows, and I feel Hawkeye was like, it's Hawkeye. I mean, I like Hawkeye, but they're not gonna do justice with the show, and they did, and I feel that level of and then getting surprised helps with my review, and which is why this is a low-key amazing. I'm gonna put Captain America back. I'm gonna put it in low-key amazing. It is a good film, and I feel Hawkeye is maybe a little bit below it, which is why I'm like, I like these things. Okay. What should we do next? I don't really want to go straight into sequels, so maybe we'll jump into first Spider-Man movies. Okay. Let's go with the OG Tobey Maguire. My first superhero film, the film that brought me into Marvel. Holy guacamole. Everybody says said how X-Men helps out Marvel. Marvel was still big, but DC was bigger, and I feel DC has declined. I was talking about that earlier. But yeah, Tobey Maguire and Spider-Man films. Sony did a lot of good stuff, you know, before Morbius. Yeah. Who's up next? Andrew Garfield. So, here's the thing. I love the acting. I love the portrayals. I don't want to say. I love the acting. I love the cinematography. I love the music. I love the design so much of Amazing Spider-Man 2. But the story and some of the choices with the direction of the villains and characters is not the best. But Andrew Garfield is my favorite Spider-Man, which I feel makes me a little biased towards this, so I'm gonna put it in low-key amazing because it's not the best film. But Andrew Garfield was so good with his. Tom Holland got this amazing thing where he could show emotion with his moving eyes. Andrew Garfield never had that, but he showed so much emotion with his body language. He's an amazing and talented actor in so many things. I love him. He's amazing in The Social Network. He's really good in that. And Tick Tick Boom. Oh my! I've seen that movie 6 times. I think. He's a good actor. Where is Tom Hall? Where is? I cannot see. Is it gonna go down? Oh, it's right here. I kept calling over. I'm like, no, this is the third one, but I don't know why I thought that was the third one. It's got Iron Man right in it. Okay. It's not the best of the Tom Holland. It's not the best of the Tom Holland films. It's going on low-key amazing. It's still good. I loved it. I got to go see it in theaters, and I was really excited about that. I had no idea that Spider-Man was coming to the MCU because I didn't watch trailers all that much back then. Before Civil War, when he was first introduced, so I'm like sitting at home watching Civil War because I didn't see Civil War in theaters. I'm sitting at home and I'm just watching it, and all of a sudden Spider-Man comes on screen, and I'm like, what? Because I loved Spider-Man. He's probably my second favorite Marvel character. No, he's my second or third favorite superhero of all time. Batman will and forever be my favorite superhero, but Spider-Man is close up there because it's a special place all these movies hold in my heart. But yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, it's funny. It's funny, and it's the first time that you get a Spider-Man movie that has already had a universe built up for it, so he didn't have to start new like these two did, and I feel that helped. And then Iron Man was in it, that was great. Michael Keaton, they changed stuff up with the characters. This is the first time that they were using a best friend that wasn't Harry Osborn. It was Ned, and it's great. And then they're introducing a new love interest, which eventually got just get out of here. But yeah, it's great. Holy guacamole, we're already at 16 minutes. I guess now it's almost 16. I have 2 different timer things going on, and neither of them are accurate because I'm going to be cutting off the first bit of the video before the intro. Anyways, that's all 3 of the Spider-Man, so let's go on to let's do Disney Plus shows. We found our first one. What If? I've heard a lot of love for What If. I watched all of What If. I did not like What If. I don't know, maybe it was not getting to see the actors' portrayals, but some of it was like, I don't like that. Okay, it's like, oh, look at that. I don't know. It's seeing all these Marvel characters that you love so much and their portrayals, and then it's animating them. I just don't really like it. I was really excited for the Captain Britain one with like the Agent Carter with Becky Carter. You know, she's I enjoyed that whole plot, that whole plot and storyline, everything, and it was so different from what I thought the show was originally gonna be. I was like, Loki, I'm watching this because I love Loki, and I finished it loving him more, and it wasn't because he was good in it. It was because I loved the show. Yeah, I really enjoyed him. And it introduced Kang, which was so amazing because I loved Kang for so long. I remember my library at my elementary school had this little booklet, and it was all the Marvel characters. It wasn't every single Marvel character because it was too many to put in a book, only this thick. But it had so many characters, and I read about Kang, and he hadn't been in any live action projects yet. And I was like, this guy sounds cool. He's got a cool suit. He's got this dramatic backstory. He's so evil yet so political at the same time, which I feel they enjoy doing with like Thanos and stuff. And he's got a suit, and it's got this waste disposal system. So if he pees or poops, it disposes of it. That was my friend and I's favorite part about him when we were reading the booklet. And then they had like the Lego Marvel Superheroes video games, but they made the second one, and the villain was Kang. And I turned to my friend and I say, I bet you the next big bad is gonna be Kang. And you know who's right? This guy. Kang. So cool. This is gonna be a long video, but it's a random video, so that's okay. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I don't want to say it's trash, but we don't have anything at all King disappoint me, which is scary. I know we're gonna get into that later. It's unworthy of Mjolnir. I did not like it. I like Falcon. I love the Winter Soldier. I just didn't like the show. Baron Zemo, the new Captain America. It seemed so interesting to me, and then I'm watching it. I'm like, it just was boring. I don't know why, but I was bored watching it, which I can't say for a lot of Marvel projects, but I was bored watching it, and I feel that's why it's got a low ranking. I feel maybe if I watched it as it was coming out, because I waited, because my family was like, oh, we're gonna watch it together, and then we ended up not. And I feel maybe if I watched it right away, I would have enjoyed it. But then it's like, oh, I think I haven't finished yet. I didn't really like it. I haven't finished that at some point though. WandaVision. There we go. WandaVision. Oh, okay. I really want to put it on Marvelous, but I'm gonna keep it down. Because WandaVision was so amazing. It is the first show ever that I I sat down and then a new episode came out every week, because I was so used to Netflix releasing a whole season and stuff like that, and watching old shows and binging through all of them. This was the first time I was watching a new show that was releasing weekly, and I loved keeping up with it and going on Reddit and looking at the memes about it, and just thinking about it. And I really love what they did with it. That I don't know how to explain it. Now, there were certain things that they did in it that I didn't enjoy. The whole thing with Quicksilver, I was so mad about. Ralph Boner, my goodness, don't do that to me, okay? I love Evan Peters as Quicksilver. So, that, and I had a whole fan theory on that. And, yeah, but it was an amazing show, amazing performances. Agatha, it was Agatha all along, man. It was amazing. Okay, Miss Marvel. Here's the thing with Miss Marvel. This was similar to Hawkeye, except it wasn't similar. I thought that Miss Marvel was going to be like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I expected the worst out of it. I thought it was going to be worse than that show. I was like, this show is not going to be good, because I didn't like the Captain Marvel film. I was like, Miss Marvel, this is going to be a bad film. It's a bad film. I don't want to watch it. Not a bad film, sorry. TV series. And I watched the first episode. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is good. I broke my whisper, my goodness. I broke my whisper. It's Miss Marvel. It's Miss Marvel. And it was actually amazing. Episodes 1 and 2 I loved. After that, it was okay. I didn't really like it as much. I'd still watch was interesting. I really liked the performances, I like the characters. Kamala Khan is great. I don't like how they changed her powers because I loved her in like the comics and the Avengers video game. It's like, oh, I'm stretchy, and we haven't really gotten to see that yet because Mr. Fantastic and stuff. And I thought that they could pull on the comic book stuff of, because all we've seen of Mr. Fantastic is just, oh, I've got stretchy arms. We haven't seen that. My hands are really large and blah blah blah. Instead, it was like all this magic, but I still liked it. But I feel because I didn't like the last couple of episodes, and I love everything up here so much more, is why it's down on the average Avenger. So Netflix shows She-Hulk. She-Hulk is up there with average Avenger. I also didn't expect much of it. I enjoyed the show. I did enjoy everything they did with the show. I didn't like the fourth wall breaks as much as I thought I would. But it was funny. I think the main reason I liked it as much as I did was because it introduced all these characters that I love. Leapfrog. I never in a million years thought that they would introduce Leapfrog in the MCU. And they did it. And I was watching the episode and he showed up and he did a backflip. And I was like, Leapfrog. Do I have my booklet here? Okay, I have like my Spider-Man booklet that is not in here, but it has Leapfrog in it. I've read that page like 100 times. I love Leapfrog. And it brought back in Daredevil and he had his cool yellow suit and it was great. And because I loved it, I love Daredevil. Yeah. Because it introduced characters I enjoy. Okay. Let's speed up here. To the point where it's annoying and I just double clicked. Okay, I am Groot. I don't. Nobody really talked. It was just hilarious and adorable and hilarious. It was marvelous. Sue me, it was marvelous. It was amazing. It was probably the best Guardians of the Galaxy thing I have ever seen. It's because I'm such a fan of Baby Groot. And I just felt it was so adorable, so enjoyable. Here's why it's marvelous. There was nothing wrong with it. Nothing I can complain about besides the fact that there weren't more episodes. There's nothing I can complain about, which is why it is so marvelous. Okay, what are we gonna do next? Don't feel like doing Netflix shows. Let's do Sony first, which is only 3 films, but that's okay. We just did Spider-Man first film, so that's okay. We'll go in order here. Venom. Average Avenger. I enjoyed it. I like Tom Hardy's performance. I like the storyline. It was different than Marvel films. It was different, and I enjoyed that. It was a different vibe, and I liked that. And yeah, it's like Two-Face, you know. Oh, I'm a human. I don't want to hurt people. All this stuff. Oh, but I'm Venom. I'm the symbiote, and I like eating people. It gave this dynamic that I loved, and it was, you know, there was danger, there was evil, and yes, both Venom and Venom Let There Be Carnage brought the annoyingly overused, mostly Marvel, but lots of superhero films use this thing where if it's a solo movie, the villain is basically just them villainized. So you have like Iron Man. Who was the villain in Iron Man 1? It was Ironmonger. Who is the villain in Incredible Hulk? It was Abomination. Thor. It was Loki. Another god. Captain America. It was Red Skull who had the super soldier serum with him, and he was evil. And Black Widow is an evil agent of hers, like similar to her. I'm gonna stop listing, but there are more. But it's annoyingly overused. And they used it in both films, which I thought was kind of disappointing. But it's hard when you're making a villain movie, which I feel Sony needs to stop doing because they're doing like 3 more. And I think after Morbius, they need to learn their lesson. Anyways, let's go on to Morbius. to see how it ended. Because we were making fun of it the entire time, and I feel that brought a level of enjoyment to it. I would watch the movie again purely for the enjoyment value of making fun of it. It is not a good film. Venom Let There Be Carnage. Here's the thing with Venom Let There Be Carnage. I haven't watched it yet. Yeah, because I want to watch it with my dad, because he wants to see it. But there's just so many other films that we'd like to see more that we've never really gotten around to it. And it's like you gotta rent it. But I know what happens. I've heard about it. I've seen clips. It's unworthy of Mjolnir here. It seems okay. Performances seem decent. Characters seem good, but it doesn't look that good. Sony, come on, just give all the rights to Disney. They know what they're doing. In terms of Spider-Man, not everything do they know what they're doing. Star Wars! Actually, Star Wars has gotten better, but mostly just The Mandalorian. Everything else was moderate. What are we gonna do now? Let's get on to Avengers. Okay, we'll just go through the Avengers. Where's Avengers 1? We're about halfway through it, and we are 30 minutes in. This is gonna be an hour-long episode. My goodness. Well, hopefully this will give you guys enough ASMR for a while, because I keep trying to post and then everything sucks. Oh my god, I went over Avengers like 20 times. I literally saw it, and then it was like, hey, maybe we should do Avengers. It's low-key amazing. It is amazing. Brought all of them together. Cinematic masterpiece. It's not the greatest, though. It is. Here's Iron Man's up there. I had popcorn in my teeth. I was like, what is that? Okay. It's like Iron Man is up there, so it's like. I'm gonna keep it on low-key amazing, because I'm going off of the other Avengers films. Avengers, great film, put everything together. I wish that they would have done more with some plot lines with like Loki and stuff. I feel the dynamic of them could have been brought together better, because it's like, oh, we all hate each other. Oh, no, we gotta fight. We're best buds. Let's get shawarma. I think that's what they get at the end, right? Shawarma. I don't know. I feel they could have brought together them better. But I enjoyed all of them coming in, and Nick Fury was like, oh, come here, guys. Come here. Gotta get the eye patch. Come here, guys. I don't even remember that's the right eye. I think it is. I don't know. Where's Avengers 2? Avengers Age of Ultron. Average Adventure. I feel like it's a lot of hate, which it's not the best, but it is good. It introduces Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are done dirty in that film. Aaron Taylor Johnson just felt like a 30-year-old man who was like, hey, I'm funny. They're driven by their parents' death, and I feel all of that emotion and emotion and story was brought in through WandaVision, and it needed to be shown in Avengers Age of Ultron, which I feel it wasn't. But it brought in those characters, and that's great. Ultron, I feel, was such an interesting character, and it got a great actor, and it brought him in, and it played him off so interesting, like, ain't no strings on me, and it was great. But he didn't do much. He's just like, oh, I'm a big old robot. If they got like an actor, like if Benedict Cumberbatch wasn't doing Doctor Strange, he would have nailed the butt out of Ultron, and they could have done more with him outside of this movie, because I feel like he needed to be built up to, not just one and done, you know, because Ultron is so cool. But if he wasn't doing that like he did, everybody who does stuff with watching motion capture films has seen him doing the dragon so I feel that they could have done more with it. His body and fight scenes and emotion with Ultron. So I feel only problem with Avengers Age of Ultron is that it had so much potential and it didn't live up to that potential. The next step is Avengers Infinity War. It's marvelous. It is a great film. No complaints really with it. I was sitting in the theater watching every snap. Snap. Everybody, not everybody. So many people turn to dust. They turn to dust. And I'm like, how are the Avengers coming back from this? How are we gonna end this movie? What is going on? And Thanos gets up there and he sits down and is like, Thanos. It's like, I'm sitting down. And the movie ends and I'm in the theater like, because how old I would have been? 10? 11? 10 or 11, yeah. Just sitting there like, how long do I have to wait? It was a year, and I'm like, I was dying, but it was a good film. And even though it had everybody in different places and doing all these different storylines, I feel that added to the entertainment value instead of just piling everybody in. And having Thanos just, all of you guys are gone. Because, yeah, they were split up, and that adds story and anger and conflict. And it was good. They didn't win. The heroes didn't win. And I feel there's an aspect that adds to films when the hero doesn't win. You know, when the hero doesn't win, Rocky didn't win in the first Rocky film. That added a whole level of, it's like, what, he doesn't win? We've seen, like me, I'm watching all these films and I'm like, oh man, all these superhero films, the good guys always win. Karate Kid, he wins, like, he just comes back from that and wins, and my parents are like, oh, let's go watch Rocky. We watch Rocky, and I'm like, finally, the hero doesn't win, and it's more accurate and beautiful that way. And I realize I've spent 6 minutes on the Avengers movies, and I'm not even done yet. Avengers Endgame. It's right here, and low-key amazing. And it is a good film. It is a beautifully shot film. There's just stuff that they could have done with it. I'm not the biggest fan of Smart Hulk. Time travel, I wish would have been explained better. Use of characters could have been done better. But the end battle scene, you can't get better than that. That is probably one of the most memorable and best scenes in Marvel film history. It's good. It's amazing. But yeah. What should we do next? I feel because we did. I feel I kind of want to do remaining Disney Plus stuff, and then we'll get into others. So, Marvel Legends. I'm gonna go average. It's good. It's bad. It's bad. It's just talking about the movies and stuff. There's not much to say about it. Werewolf by Night. I feel it was done really well. It's just not my favorite. I don't have much to say about it. Like Legends, I think the black and white, and it's like new, and I feel that they can do stuff like this, and then maybe if they do more stuff like this, I'll have this to thank for it. It'll make me like it a lot more. But at the moment, it's average. Yeah, all of them right here. Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas Special. It was good. It was funny. I just think it could have been played out better. It could have been a little less sarcastic. I feel it was very sarcastic. It's like, Star-Lord, I'm Mantis. I need to show off my antennas. Star-Lord, I'm your sister. And he's like, Mantis, that's the best Christmas present I could ever have. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of guessed that from the beginning. He I know we're loading this up, but honestly, everything's kind of even out. Spider-Man 2 is amazing. I love it. It's just not as good as the first one. I can't quote it as well. I feel Mary Jane is more annoying in this one. Leaves the dude on her altar. She's the worst girlfriend ever. She's cheated on so many guys. There's just so many of them. She's annoying, but it's a good film nonetheless. Dr. Octopus, great. All that stuff, great, amazing. Or Spider-Man 3. Oh my god, it's right here. I think it's because I saw all these together. I'm just like, oh. Honestly, it's not a terrible film. You know. Bully Maguire. It's amazing. It's memey, but it's amazing. But it's annoying to watch. I remember watching Spider-Man 3 and just looking at him in like the bar at the jazz club or whatever. It's a jazz club, right? When he's with Gwen and Mary Jane is there, and I'm just like, he's a terrible guy, and he's got the roommate lady who is so sweet. She brought him dessert, and she's sweet. Best Spider-Man love interest in the films, and you cannot change my mind on that. Amazing. Sorry that was clipped there, but best love interest in everything. Okay. Yeah, Mary Jane sucks. That's the point of it. What was I doing? Oh yes. Now it's on the Amazing Spider-Man, right? Yeah. Amazing Spider-Man 2. Average Adventure. Like I said before, love the acting, love the cinematography, the editing, the sound. Everything is good except for the story itself in the film. And that's what sets it from being amazing. I feel if they had brought in better characters and done the characters justice, it would have done much better. Come on. Spider-Man No Way Home. I skipped Far From Home. Sorry. I just put it out there. I'll just go out of order. Spider-Man Far From Home. Sorry. No Way Home. It's amazing. It is beautiful. It brings out all the Spider-Man, all those amazing villains. It does all the villains justice. It does all the Spider-Man justice. It has emotion. It has loss. It has heartbreak. Oh my gosh, it is amazing. He wins in the end, but does he really? He stops the bad guys. He saves them. But did he really win? And I love that. I love questioning every part of this, and I'm so excited for Spider-Man 4. Oh my goodness. So excited. Far From Home was okay. I like Mysterio. It was interesting. I was very surprised by it. I just didn't like the story that much. I was like, what? Bullet Man? All these Sandman in there, like all these villains. I don't know. It's just mirages, and I'm like, oh, this was kind of wasted. And I didn't like the whole thing where it's trying to ruin, Iron Man's awesomeness with like, oh, he stole my design. Called it barf. No, he's an inventor. He doesn't like. I didn't like that. If you want to add, that's what I'm looking for. Conflict with Iron Man. You should have given him that stuff from the comics where he's an alcoholic. I would have liked to see that maybe, but don't do him dirty like that. Come on. Okay. Now we're done with Spider-Man. Let's go on to. I'm just gonna go around whatever I land on. Punisher. Okay, we're doing Netflix stuff. Let's. I need Netflix stuff. watched any of the Netflix shows outside of Daredevil, mainly because Jessica Jones and Punisher I think are inappropriate. Iron Fist and Luke Cage I don't know about, but I've seen clips. I've heard about what happens in the story and stuff, and I know my emotions upon the portrayals. So I'm gonna go mostly off portrayals. Punisher, based on what I know about the series, is low-key amazing. Iron Fist, based on what I know, is unworthy of Mjolnir. I love Iron Fist, and I understand making him older when it's his own series, but I feel it would have worked so much better if they had paired him up with a team or something of the sorts. Because like you see him in like the Spider-Man shows and he's young, and I really like that aspect about him. And I don't know, you just get that like woo, martial arts, and he's still serious at times, but I feel that level of humanity to him makes a difference. But just seeing this older guy who's got a beard is like, oh, I don't like that. And everybody's got their comic accurate suit, and he's just like, oh, one time I wore a bandana thing that was yellow. I'm like, no, you need a suit that at least looks cool. Defenders, based on what I know, average Avenger. I love the Defenders. I don't know much about the show. It only got one season though, and it looks okay. Season 3 of Daredevil was leading up after the show, and I do like season 3 of Daredevil, so I know what happens with like back to the show that leads up to Daredevil. And based on that, I like how it influenced Daredevil season 3, but I didn't really like it in itself. Luke Cage, Average Adventure, Jessica Jones, Unworthy Mjolnir, just based on what I've heard. Like I said, now all of these things, luckily, I've seen. Don't need to worry. What do we do first? Let's go with. I'll just see. Did I see it in theaters? I'll go with that. I did not see Ant-Man and the Wasp in theaters. I did, however, see the first Ant-Man. Low-key amazing. Ant-Man is such a funny character. Paul Rudd does an amazing job. I feel it was so fresh to get that quippy and fun character out of this that some of the times in the MCU when you get a quippy character it doesn't really make sense for them. Ant-Man, it does make sense. He's Ant-Man. It's Ant-Man. Come on. I did not see Captain Marvel. No. Did I see Guardians of the Galaxy? I might have saw Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm just gonna do it anyways. Low-key amazing. There's a lot of hate for Guardians of the Galaxy, and I don't understand why. Guardians of the Galaxy. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I find it's very fun, very entertaining. It's a great thing to rewatch, and even though it's got funniness and new story and new people and a new team and a bunch of losers and all this stuff, it's still got a fascinating. I use the word emotion and conflict a lot, but it's got conflict and emotion in it, especially with Groot dying in the end. Like, technically he dies in the new Groot and his son, but yeah, and the casting choices were like, oh, Vin Diesel's Groot. Chris Pratt as Star-Lord. What? But it works, and it's nice, and I like it. I saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 in theaters, I know that. Average Adventure, I didn't like it as much as the first. I feel it's very similar to the first, but it wasn't the most entertaining theater experience, and that might be influenced it. I saw Black Panther in theaters. Low-key amazing. It won some Oscars, man. It got nominated for a lot compared to other Marvel films, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was amazing. I love the acting. I love the characters. I love the story. And it brought in like stuff that's like, oh, did I really know my dad? Did I really know my people? Do I know my country's history? The country that I love, the country that I defend, the country that I lead. And it's dealing with, stuff with other countries and culture, and it's all of this amazing balance of everything, and it was beautiful. And okay. Oh, Thor 2. And then Taika Waititi comes in with Thor 3. It's like, hey, what if Thor was like, like he does some comedy stuff a little bit, but like, what if he was a funny character? And this, it was fun. It was entertaining. It's like he's not trying to be funny, but he is. And Korg and Loki's funny in it, which is like, what? Loki's funny, and it brought in like the thing with Hulk. It brought Hulk back, and and how that's what I was thinking. It's like, oh, drama. This is a serious film. People are dying. This is serious, but it's funny. It's entertaining, and I feel they tried to do that again with Thor 4, and it's like, that doesn't work this time, dude. You're leaning too far into both directions, and it's not coming together. Which we'll get into that when we get to Thor 4. Shang-Chi. Average Avenger. I didn't like it that much. I enjoyed the acting. I love, it's funny. It's got stuff. It's got amazing CGI, beautiful CGI and story, but I feel they could have done more with it, in which it would have drawn me in more. I don't know. I didn't like the story as much as I thought I was going to, which I actually wasn't expecting much from it. I hadn't heard about Shang-Chi a lot. I knew a little bit about it from like the Marvel booklets and stuff, but not too much. Eternals. Oh my gosh, I completely skipped over Moon Knight. How could I? It's because I think it's a movie because it's so good. Moon Knight. It gets so much hate. It is low-key amazing, man. I love Moon Knight. I love it. I watched the last 2 episodes with my friend. It's great. I love Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac is so good. He had his little bit of a downfall in terms of Marvel, playing an Egyptian Marvel mutant character with X-Men Apocalypse, and then it's like, hey, what if I try that again? But it's a superhero, and he has multiple personality disorder. I forgot what it's just. Is it just multiple personality disorder? I don't remember the term. If there is a term. Split personality disorder, that's what it is. And he does it really good. He gives this funny, but it's like, I'm a broken character, but I'm still doing good. He's a broken character that's still doing good, and I feel that's great. And I love to see that. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Average Adventure is okay. I really like some of the characters introduced, like Illuminati. I love the Illuminati was introduced. Some nice cameos and stuff. But they killed off all the characters with the cameos. John Krasinski. They're like, oh no, we're not gonna do John Krasinski for that Fantastic Four film. I feel like you guys got your satisfaction with Doctor Strange. I'm like, no, we didn't. Because we need John to do it. You cannot put him in a film, have him be like, hey, what's up? I've got an okay suit, poorly CGI'd, stretchy arms. Oh, I'm turned into string cheese. I didn't enjoy that. Thor: Love and Thunder. It's Average Adventure. I don't know how to sound very much of these two. I know it from the start. Average Adventure. They did exactly what they tried to do with Ragnarok. But like I said before, it split. It was like, oh, we've got gore, the god, but sure, it's gonna be violent. It's gonna have story and drama and all this stuff. It's like, oh, but we're gonna be funny. And we're gonna have funny punchlines. And it's gonna catch on with the kiddos. What are you thinking, guys? Okay, you need a happy medium. You need what you had with Ragnarok. Gore sorry, Jane Foster with Mighty Thor. It's like, oh, it's sad, and she's trying to make the best out of it, but all this hammer is killing her and all this stuff. Oh, no. That is a story in itself. It needed more time. It needed time for emotion and heroism to settle in, and it didn't. And by rushing it, it seemed cartoonish, it seemed childish, and I didn't like it. But it was a fun film. I laughed. I was watching it, that like moved around. It was I don't know, it was like an immersive theater. I don't know. It was cool. I think it was the first film I ever saw on my own because I was in the mall and I'm like, I want to watch a movie, and I did. Quantumania. It gets hate. It gets hate already, and I'm disappointed that I love it. I love it. Kang. I love Kang. He's amazing. Jonathan Majors. Paul Rudd. Amazing. Okay, like everybody with Hope and Hank and Janet. Okay, the aliens, I don't want to say aliens. The people on this quantum universe are funny and have story, and it's like, I only saw this character for like 2 seconds on screen, but I'm like, oh no, I feel for him. I'm sad when he's dead, you know. Cassie, Scott Lang, Ant-Man, his daughter, was recast for this because it was young, and then it was the 5-year gap with Avengers Endgame and the blip, you know, where everybody got snapped away, and they casted an older actress, but then they recasted her. That was like this whole sad because they didn't tell her that they were recasting. It's like, oh, sorry girl, this is a big opportunity for you, Marvel. But they brought in Catherine Newton, who is probably, if not in my top, she's one of my favorite actresses working today. I love her so much. She's an amazing talent. She was funny in this. She was entertaining in this. She seemed amazing in this. And I thought it was great. What else? She was in Map of Tiny Perfect Things. Super underrated film. You should go watch it on Amazon Prime right now. It is so good. She was in Freaky, which was good. It was funny. She was great in that. I watched like a PG-13 cut of it. It was like a free trial on a PG-13 cut thing. It just cut out all the bad words and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is great. What else? Why am I blanking on? She was in Detective Pikachu, which was like she was one of the few good parts of Detective Pikachu. And she's a great actress. And I'm going on a long ramble about Catherine Newton because she's amazing, and she needs more recognition for her talent. And yeah, she's going somewhere in life with acting. I can tell you that for sure. Now it seems like I've got a crush on her, which I don't. 15. My goodness. Real life crushes, not celebrity crushes. My goodness. My celebrity crush is Taylor Swift. For your information. Okay, now I'm gonna ramble about that. Okay, so now we're just gonna go across the board. Okay, sound good? Sound good across the board. We're almost done with our Marvel tier ranking. I haven't done a lot of triggers. I'm sorry about that, but I'm enjoying just getting to talk to you guys, and this is one of my favorite parts about ASMR. It's when I get to take a break from my role plays, which I've definitely done a lot of. I'm trying to get some new role plays, and I did one and it failed massively, and I was really angry about that. So that set the tone for like a week of stuff, which is why I haven't posted. But I'm trying, and just getting to sit down and talk to you guys, it makes my day. Whereas trying to come up with new ideas for role play and stuff just feels tedious and started feeling like a chore, which is why I took a break from it. So yeah, but just getting to sit down and talk to you guys is amazing. So thank you for coming, and if you made it this far, I love you so much. Thank you. This ASMR thing is turned from just a joke to an amazing and happy part of my life that I appreciate all of you for. So thank you. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Unworthy of villain here. I didn't like it. Villain was boring. Story was boring. The only good part about it was Luis. When he recapped stuff, it was great. I want to see Luis recap the entirety of the MCU because we didn't get Luis in Quantumania. And I was super mad about that because we need Luis so serious, yet so like not scary. It's like I'm sitting here and I'm like it's serious and political and dangerous. I'm just like, whoa, whoa, Captain America. Yeah, Captain America. Captain America, Winter Soldier. It's amazing. Civil War. It's also marvelous. Like I said, Captain America is an amazing trilogy within MCU. It's the best trilogy. Civil War, it brought in Black Panther and brought in and connected Ant-Man to everybody else. It made Scarlet Witch better. It made Vision better. It made this whole conflict that led up to Avengers Infinity War. It brought in Spider-Man. Brought in Zemo. So much story with it. It's a good film. It's one of the ones that I enjoy rewatching the most. Yeah, Doctor Strange. Average Adventure. It's okay. It's okay. It's fun to watch, but after you've watched it once or twice, it's kind of boring to rewatch, and you get a little dizzy with the moving towers, and villains are kind of boring. And not much to say about it. Iron Man 2. Low-key amazing. It was good. But not perfect. It was good, not perfect. Iron Man 3, Average Adventure. It's okay. It's okay. I didn't really like the bad guy. But Trevor, the Mandarin, the fake Mandarin, the guy that they hired to act to be the Mandarin, he's funny. When he gets caught, not when he's an actual pretending to be a terrorist, and he's really funny in Shang-Chi, but I didn't like it that much. I liked the kid in it with the potato gun. That was cool. Thor Dark World. Hulking Disappointment. It's a terrible film. The story is boring. The bad guys are really good in the comics and stuff. They were done dirty in this film. It's really boring. Loki was, I think this was my least favorite portrayal of Loki. I don't know, I just didn't really like him in this film. And Eternals. Hulking Disappointment. I'll put it up to unworthy of Mjolnir. I just felt kind of sad for these two being the only two down here in Hulking Disappointment. Eternals. I feel it's because it's got like this whole thing with action figures and amazing star power and an amazingly detailed and beautiful Lego series, and it was not good. It was not a good film. And everything was, sorry, hiccups, everything was wasted on everything was wasted with it. And that made me sad, especially the actors. But on a side note from that, why did I say side note? No, because it got all the stuff and it wasn't good. It made me really mad. Spider-Man No Way Home, sure, it got a couple of action figures and stuff, and it got praise. It's kind of star power because it brought in all the other actors. But it's mainly the Lego thing and stuff, like so many films that were so deserving of this big old line of action figures and collectibles and Legos didn't get it. Like Spider-Man No Way Home. Like, what? I already talked about that. Sorry. I'm really tired. I keep going, like, repeating myself. Ant-Man Quantumania, where are you? It got one set, and it's literally just a buildable Ant-Man that looks terrible. Yeah. Yeah. This thing is kind of stupid. Doctor Strange, Illuminati set, would have been chef's kiss. Even though it was a good film, chef's kiss. But it didn't get anything. It didn't get anything. That just makes me mad. I'm sorry. was interesting. It added a level of darkness with Shuri and the culture and stuff, but still amazing. And my stomach is rumbling, sorry. But yeah, let's review this. This is our marvelous. We've got Iron Man, Spider-Man, I am Groot. Avengers Infinity War. Spider-Man, No Way Home. Thor, Ragnarok. Captain America, The Winter Soldier, and Captain America Civil War. In Loki Amazing, we have Hawkeye. Captain America, The First Avenger. Captain America, The First Avenger. Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, specifically. Spider-Man, Homecoming. Loki, WandaVision, Avengers Endgame. Spider-Man 2, Daredevil, Punisher, Ant-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Panther, Moon Knight, Ant-Man Quantumania, Iron Man 2, and Wakanda Forever, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. In Average Adventure, we have Thor, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Venom, Avengers, Age of Ultron, Marvel Legends, Werewolf by Night, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Far From Home, Defenders, Luke Cage, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. I took out my contacts, so it's like, this one was gonna dry. Thor, Love and Thunder, Doctor Strange, and Iron Man 3, and Unworthy of Mjolnir, we have Incredible Hulk, Black Widow, What If, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Eternals, and finally, in Hulking Disappointment, because it's a Hulking,